Tjenare. Idag så blir det lite Stanley Parable. För jag tänkte testa det. Jag testade lite förut. Det verkar som ett helt legit game alltså. Så det var ett tag sedan jag la ut en video. Men jag vet dock inte vad jag ska spela för någonting, så men jag ska försöka hinna med så mycket som möjligt. Det kommer komma upp många videos i sommar. Och så det kommer bli skitnice. Men nu kör vi igång. Nu jävla kör vi. Tar en snus på det.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Hey Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
That's me.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard.
Fy fan vad kul.
Came to him through a monitor on his desk,
Kul jobb.
telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Fy
Although
fan.
others might have considered it soul-winning, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley verkar ha ett jävligt roligt
And
liv
then
alltså.
one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Oh
He
no!
showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Jaså du?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
Nej.
What if he had to make a decision? What
Nej.
if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever.
Happy, happy, happy.
Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell.
Okay.
But the one thing he knew for sure
Hallå,
beyond
är du ut?
any doubt was that if he waited long enough,
Hallå!
answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive.
Ah!
Soon,
Släpp ut mig.
very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer.
Åh, jag får damp.
Now
Jag
it's
vill
even
ut.
closer. Here it comes.
Halt! Jaha, vad händer nu? Hej, jag får gå ut. Tack. Aldrig mer.
All of his co-workers were gone.
No shit.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Nej, jag tycker synd om den här killen. Alla andra har typ datorer. Ja, allihop har datorer. Förutom den här snubben. Han har en jävla pennvässare. Och en lampa. Tycker synd om dig 4-2. Här då. Åh! Lyx, han har en dator och en pennvässare. Oh shit! Fuck you. Var ska vi?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Det är vänster va? Ja, det är vänster. Okej. Nej, jag vill inte.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
Och
and
käften.
Stanley knew it perfectly
Och
well.
käften.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first.
Åh, käften!
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really
Nej.
been, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nej.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible
Oj,
it wasn't
förlåt.
5 years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really. I'm not.
Jo, det är du fan
I
det.
realize that investing in your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Va?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Mitt liv, fuck you.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Vem fan är hon?
She's been waiting.
Vem fan är hon? Kan man gå här? Nej, tydligt det. Men jag ska gå in där.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To
Fan är hon? Hallå?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pouring the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Jag dör!
Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife? Who
No.
want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Fuck you, jag vill fan inte.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Fuck you, jävla... Åh! Sup.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Det är jag.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing
Fan.
exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home.
Nej.
Now he's coming back to work.
Nej.
One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Fuck you.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown. Fantastic discoveries of new lands.
I got my bitch.
And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize
What?
about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
I wanna
The
sleep.
thought excited him terribly. So, he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, yes, it barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Du kan vara.
As he wandered through this fantasy
What?
world, he began to fill it with many
Say
possible
what?
paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many
Fan är det här
directions.
bajs eller?
Down another was a game with a baby.
Har du bajsat ner dig?
He called it the Stanley Parable.
Du har bajsat ner dig, erkänn.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again. And then again, and again,
Ja.
over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end.
Släpp ut mig!
Always feel
Släpp ut mig!
Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer.
What?
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Just not here.
Åh, vilket svin!
Tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself. How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I'm a rule breaker.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose.
Släpp ut mig!
I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Oh, please. Va? Händer? What? Seriöst. Ja. Jag får avsluta det här episoden, så ska jag försöka komma upp. Vi kanske gör en till imorgon. Eller när det blir. Och imorgon blir det nog. Nu kanske det kommer upp en B4-video. Eller CS eller någonting. Men ni får det så bra så länge. Så hörs vi då. Ha det gött, hej!